So, how is it going, everyone? Welcome to some more I Wanna Be the Boshy. And we are, well, pretty close to the end, pretty much. I mean, just look at this. Basically, every unlockable on this screen at least is, well, unlocked. Every music CD, every item that affects, gameplay. Well, not gameplay, but like it does something. The only thing that we haven't unlocked yet is all the characters, but yeah, pretty much we're pretty close. Although whatever is after this is gonna be pretty hard. So yeah, I mean this is our. Wait, what? Why doesn't it say the place? It only says the deaths. I'm a little bit scared. Oh, okay, so the game works. You also have to change the controls, so give me... I guess this part doesn't have any denomination, I guess. Also, I don't know if, the other time I forgot to save, the game right before, like, leaving. In the sense that I didn't hit that save bot. So I don't know if it counted the deaths at the end. Obviously I don't really care about the death counter that much, but I don't know. Although it probably still saves them. Also yes, this part is pretty hard, and you know what's even harder? Doing it with cold hands. And let me tell you, I have pretty cold hands. Just came back from eating Greek shrimps at a restaurant. Hey, how is it going, Yukari? Greek shrimps. Alright. I don't know what that is, but it sounds exotic. Nice. Also, speaking of eating, I'm about to eat a lot of spikes here. Just so you get prepared for the amount of deaths that you're gonna be seeing today. Probably quite more than usual, because this part seems to be merciless. Everything about this platforming, tower, elevator, whatever is really merciless. The game really wants you dead here. The game really doesn't want you to progress, so it makes sense though, but still. Also, I've been trying to upload the gameplay to YouTube, and it's getting pretty bad because of that stream that the connection got cut off and I had to rejoin all of the parts together afterwards. And it seems that for some reason the processing is taking a lot longer than it should. And that's already worrying me, because I basically am pretty, I forgot the word for this, but basically I'm uploading a pretty old part, so basically I'm pretty far from, well, today's part, right? Thankfully for Twitch I already uploaded those two troublesome parts, but YouTube seems to be being a piece of shit. Which is nothing new, admittedly, but it's still kinda weird how it just doesn't process. But that's fine. If it doesn't process, then I guess I can recode it or something like that, but still gonna be a pain in the ass. Like, I can't believe that those streams where it got cut off like that will give me so much trouble. Like, holy fuck, I thought it was gonna be a simple matter of like downloading the videos and do something with like a video editor or some shit. But it turns out that handling videos is really hard. And you know, if I was already hesitant of editing my videos, I'm even more hesitant right now, because holy fuck, it sucks. I mean, I guess the editing itself might not be a problem, but the problem is that you have to codify them or render. I don't even know what's the proper term, and after that you have to upload them. So basically, there are times where you can barely even use your computer, especially if you're using an HDD like I'm using, basically a hard drive. And the worst part obviously is that my upload speed is not that good. Well, as evidence for a lot of the streams where, you know, it just goes to shit, the whole connection, right? So, yeah, it sucks. So I guess I was right when I thought about how much of a pain in the ass will be to edit my videos. So I'm kinda glad that I wasn't wrong, but I'm kinda pissed that something that should be a lot easier isn't really easier. Maybe videos are a technology that aren't really that well developed yet. I mean, I thought they were, but it seems that not really. Well, then again, obviously videos that are 3 hours long are not common, right? And that's what most of my streams are, 3 hours long. So I know that that's already something rare enough. You're not supposed to handle videos that big, but also I feel like it shouldn't be that big of a deal, but it seems it is. So yeah, in any case, whatever. I really can't complain, cause for that kind of stuff you just want to own an SSD, you know, a solid state disk, and that's not my case. So that's like, if handling videos was already a pain in the ass, doing so without an SSD is like double a pain in the ass. Basically, the moral of the story is that if you want to become a video editor, try to do short videos, because otherwise you're just gonna be, you know, in a lot of pain just trying to render them and just trying to upload them. Well, unless you have a really good connection, right? If you have like an 100 megabit upload stream, then yeah, it will probably wouldn't be that bad, right? But that's something that not many people have, myself included. I'm not even close to that speed. So yeah. But you know, I guess that with the right tools and the right technology, it might not be that bad. But obviously in my case I don't have neither the tools nor the technology, and much less the knowledge, so yeah, not much I can do. You know, when it comes to art, I guess you can say video editing is kind of like a form of art. Well, unless it's super basic editing, but like trying to add cool effects and different cuts to a video, it probably consider a form of art. And when it comes to being an artist, I suck. So it also makes sense that I wouldn't be really fond of editing videos. You know, I know that there's a lot of people out there that actually love that kind of stuff. It's just really not my case. That's pretty much it. Oh, also something that I just found out today, which apparently is something that has been going through for about a week, but there is a pretty big Steam sale. A lot of games are on sale on Steam. You might want to check, if you're still there, Yukari, you might want to check Scarlet Gensokyo. Actually, No, you actually bought it, right? Okay, maybe you don't want to check that, but you know, you might want to check some other games. It's the summer sale, it happens every summer. Oh, okay. Well, you might want to check something. There's some Toho games that are in early access that are in a discount. There's some, like a game in particular that caught my attention. I think it was called Toho Big Big Battle or some shit like that, where basically you lead an army of little, you know, Toho characters. You know, you were battling against other character, or I guess the CPU. I don't know. I don't even know if the game has CPU in this point of development, but yeah, it looked cool. Although I will never really spend money for early access, so yeah. But if someone wants that, you got it there. Okay, so again, we're here, so please don't fuck it up. Yeah, I guess asking to not fuck it up is a lot. Dang it. It's not that much after that, which is pretty great. I bought 8 games? Damn. Which ones are those, if I may ask? Scarlet Curiosity, Dream Daddy, Jaguar's Party 1, the 3 Nonary games. The what? The 3 Nonary games? Is that the name of the game? Or is that a collection? Oh, they are puzzle games? Okay. Well, I've also seen a lot of puzzle games that are in discount. But they are the kind of puzzle games that you wouldn't really like to play in public, if you know what I mean. In any case, yeah, I saw a lot of that, and you know, the most impressive thing is that they actually have a pretty high rating, so it's pretty impressive. Hey Balabis, how is it going? No, I'm right here with pretty cold fingers trying to play a game that requires pretty precise platforming. So that combination is a pretty bad idea. But I'm doing it anyways, because I'm a dumbass, so yeah. You know, but that's the problem. If I try to wear gloves to play a game like this, it's just gonna make things worse. Like playing with gloves is just a pretty bad idea. Well, I mean, unless you're the goalkeeper in a football field, right? You probably like gloves there, but when it comes to playing video games, yeah, you probably don't want to wear gloves. Hey, at least we have the Mega Man Wily Stage theme. That's already a pretty good thing to keep the soul warm. So I don't think it can keep the fingers warm. And I fucked up. And yes, indeed, it's Boshy time. Never forget about it. Too much to the right. Almost got it. Also, who would have known that piranha plant could shoot lasers? That's a first. Fuck. Hey AC Boshy, how is it going? Damn, it's VIP parade. The only one here left is Tusk for the VIP parade. You lost your Boshy save? Damn, what happened? Did the game crash or some shit? So I read the whole game and be real again? Damn, okay, that was an unexpected turn. Save corrupted. Yeah, that's what Thundit warned me about, that if the game closes at the wrong time, you may get your your save deleted. So that's why he always recommends to back up often. I already have a backup, I think in World 10. I didn't want to back up here because this whole area is pretty weird. Yeah. When I say weird, is that it's always moving, so it might not be a good idea to back up here precisely. But yeah. In any case, well, yeah, with games like this, where, obviously it's only made by one person, and it's free, and basically, all that shit to get into consideration, crashes and, more specifically corrupted save files or corrupted files in general, are something that you have to be pretty aware of. So yeah. Oh, piece of shit. I'm looking World 3 at the end at the red ball shit. It's so hard to get this jump even once. Oh, you mean the mirror? That's pretty much the last part of World 3. So at the very least you have a pretty big motivation, which is after that the boss is there. Obviously there's also a pretty big demotivation, which is the fact that the boss is Mario himself. So yeah. That might be a problem. That might be a problem. You might not want that. But in the end, when it comes to those hard bosses, there's really nothing you can do except, trying your best, because if you don't beat them, there's no way to go forward. Good night, I just came to say hi, alright. Good night, Balabis, thanks for hanging a little bit out with us. Hope you sleep well. The mid-boss was pretty annoying. Oh, the good boy Krako. Krako was, it was kinda hard, but not that much. Especially because he had pretty low health. So I beat him twice before finding out there was a save. Oh. Yeah, that might be a problem. I don't even remember where the save was with that boss. But yeah. Sometimes saves are pretty evil. Damn it. What a shithead. It appears in the right side. Right after an mob attacks you when you enter the map. Okay. I think I might remember that. I'm not entirely sure, but... What I do know is that... Wait, no, never mind. Krako is the one from World 2. You're talking about the Cheetah Man. Or the Cheetah Man, I guess I will say, because it's only one of them. Yeah. Yeah, the cheetah man was pretty hard. Pretty hard, but if it makes you feel better, the actual boss fight against the cheetah man is probably the hardest boss in the game, according to what Thundit said. So yeah, at the very least you are not facing that. And the other good news is that you don't have to face him to beat the game, since it's actually a secret boss on a secret world. Fucker. Okay. If I beat the game to be honest, I'm probably gonna do it for the challenge. Yeah, I mean, obviously I will try to beat that cheetah man boss. But, well, first I will have to worry about this part. Like, this part already is taking me a pretty long time, so should worry about this before worrying about the cheetah man. That's the third time that piece of shit spawns on the right side. The problem is, if I don't do it fast enough, I kinda like lose my momentum. My violence, speed and momentum. Nice. Oh, not fast enough. Damn it. Oh, also, you know, speaking, I was talking about the, you know, the Steam sales, summer sale or whatever. That there's a lot of games on sale, and one of them is Wings of B. Wings of B is a game that is developed by the same guy that made this game. I wanna be the Boshy. So it's apparently also really hard and challenging as this one. I don't know if it's as hard or harder or easier, but it's apparently really challenging. So if you wanna give it a try, it's on Steam. It's called Wings of B. So yeah, you might wanna check it out if you like this game. I remember that it's on sale. Hate how challenging games sound found from afar and frustrating when still playing it. I mean, honestly, you eventually get used to it, right? I don't really see this game as frustrating. Honestly, the only frustrating parts about this game so far, where I could actually say that I was mildly frustrated, are the Mario fight, the Mega Man fight, and that bullshit spam with Dulciman and Missing No. Other than that, the game doesn't really feel frustrating to me. But I think that that's because I already got used to get fucked like this by games. So, you know, this game kinda like can really fuck me up more than other games already did, like Toho, for example. You pass the shaman walk into the spike. Never get frustrated, obviously. Obviously. But yeah, basically it's about getting used to it, pretty much. I mean, getting frustrated is actually the normal response, right? normally will get frustrated by this. So honestly, there's nothing wrong with being frustrated about these games. Nothing wrong about it. It's pretty much what probably 99% of the players feel. But after playing Touhou for so long and getting fucked by Touhou for so long, it's kinda like you start getting used to it. Probably found the pad in the mirror nap, to be honest. It's fucked up. Well, yeah. You know, going in between the spikes where there is a wall. Well, it's only when I understand walls were useless. In which way? Well, I don't really remember that part that much aside from the actual gimmick, which was the mirror ball. I don't really remember the part in particular, but yeah. I don't understand how that fucking piranha plant goes to the right side when I'm clearly more to the middle, but that's fine, whatever. Well, when the ball touches a wall, it does nothing, not stopping, not killing. Walls are basically there to trick you. I mean, walls are there to actually prevent your actual character from progressing. The ball is basically, you know, just goes through everything. Well, goes through everything except spikes, but yeah, the walls are there for the actual Boshy. Also, something that I really wonder, right? Speaking of Boshy, right? So basically this little thing, this little warning sign is apparently called Boshy, right? But the thing about that is that the game is called I Wanna Be the Boshy, so I don't quite understand. Why do I wanna be the Boshy if I'm already the Boshy? Am I stupid? I might be. Wait, I bugged the game. There is no game over screen. Okay, so apparently I fell through a platform that didn't kill me. Okay, I don't know what happened. Boshy Time is a streamer. Yeah, I know that, but it will be kinda, you know, fitting if the character wasn't called Boshy. But you know, it's fine. Fucker. This part is gonna be really nice. This part is gonna be delicious. Quite insane a game was made about him when he was just playing I Wanna Be the Guy casually. Yeah, honestly, this game is pretty crazy in the sense that it's a game that is really long, but at the same time the levels don't feel rushed or, you know, made without thought. Like the level design actually feels good. Like it doesn't just feel like someone thought about all of this shit in 1 minute and just coded it. Like it seems that the game is made purposely for you to be able to barely pass every section. Like it makes it challenging but not impossible in any way. And even if obviously the difficulty when it comes to level progression isn't really that balanced, cause there are some bosses that are harder than later bosses. So yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird how the game is so high quality. Like, seems that Solgreen really liked that streamer, because holy shit, this is definitely not something just made with no thought. By the way, you beat I Wanna Be the Guy, right? Yeah, indeed. I beat I Wanna Be the Guy and I Wanna Be the Guy Gaiden. Although that last one, you kinda just finish it. You really don't beat it because it's not even finished. So, but yeah, I beat those two. Damn, it's so cool. I hate winter. Winter can go to hell. Which is kinda funny, cause apparently hell is supposed to be pretty hot. So winter going to hell will be a little bit hard. The guy's boss fight is really bad. I hate these big bullets. I wouldn't say it's bad. It's just hard. Also, if you really hated that fight, you probably will need a lot of mind exercises for the Mario fight that you will be about to face, right? Like, you don't want to get if you thought that the guy fight was bad, the Mario fight is, yeah. And that's just the third boss. Well, then again, in this game the bosses aren't really harder. The more, like, some of them are hard, some of them are not. It has nothing to do with how far they are from each other, right? So, but yeah. Also, I don't understand why I'm getting so many frame drops in the game. Sometimes the frame drops even make me die. I know I don't want to blame the frame drops for dying, right? But sometimes it really feels like they make me die. And I don't know why it frame drops. Again, I know it's badly optimized and all that shit, but you know, it's still weird. I have no idea how the Mario fight is, so I only saw you beating it, I mean the end of the fight. Are you on Windows 10? Yeah, indeed I am on Windows 10. But surprisingly, I'm not playing on full screen. Usually when you are on full screen, the frame drops are more frequent, but right here I'm using Windows. So it's it's a little bit weird, I think. Usually don't experience this kind of stuff when I'm on windowed mode. I guess Windows 10 is trash no matter what you do. Then yeah, it's the reason. Is there any solution that doesn't involve installing any... Apparently opening YouTube videos in the background or opening OBS can help. Well, I mean, I obviously have OBS running, so... yeah, I think that won't really work that well. But yeah, Windows 10 is trash, basically. I already knew that, but... yeah, you learn something new every day with Windows 10, right? It's kind of like the disappointment never ends. It's like the gift that keeps on giving. Except that instead of a gift, it's a piece of shit. I guess you could say it's the shit that keeps on giving. Well, it's probably wanna be the guy player saying it. Why do I always die there? Like, it feels like the physics really fuck up there. It's not the first time that that happens. Like, I tried to do a double jump and for some reason it doesn't feel like I can do it. I don't know. Like, it feels like something is drawing me back even more than, you know, than normal. I don't understand. And that part, I think that's the third time that that happens. At first I thought that it was only me, like, mispressing the jump button, but it seems like there's something weird in there. Maybe I should go to the right instead of the left. The fact that they have OBS is already enough of a proof. The screen goes faster, but you keep your speed. Okay. Nice. Okay, so instead of going left, I guess I should try going right. But it looks even harder from the right. Okay, so... Fuck. It looks... Which is something kinda Spectre, right? But it looks like when you're trying to jump outside of the platform and you know, the elevator keeps going, it feels like you have more gravity. Like, or maybe it's just the fact that the screen goes faster and it's hard to adjust. That's probably the case. In any case, that part is also pretty hard because you have vines and shit. And apparently, according to Thunder, that's the hardest part in the elevator. The part with the vines. So, I guess we have a lot more fun waiting for us. Too early. Still, it's not that bad. Yeah, it could be worse. So I wonder why there are shears falling in the background. Like, is the whole place falling apart? And I didn't even do anything. So I guess the architecture for the tower was just really bad. Have Dr. Wily Castle theme playing. Yeah, well, but I'm pretty sure that Dr. Wily built like stronger castles than this. So yeah. He's still a dumbass though, but... Dr. Wily. He's kinda like Dr. Eggman, except that he seems even dumber than Dr. Eggman, and that's already saying a lot. Someone wrote the lyrics of the music on YouTube, yeah. It's basically this one. Oh, you mean those lyrics? I prefer these ones though. This is, by the way, a music CD in the game. Although I still can get over the fact that he says that 7 sucks big dinosaur balls. I mean, honestly, Mega Man 7 wasn't that good, but if you wanna say that a Mega Man game is shit, I will definitely go with Mega Man 8. Like, well, I wouldn't call it shit either, but that was pretty much, I feel, the worst Mega Man on the mainline series. I don't feel Mega Man 7 was that bad. It even had good graphics, which is something that I cannot say from Mega Man 8. Played along and didn't like it much. I mean, it's definitely not the strongest entry in the series, but I think it had one of the hardest final bosses in the main series, which basically it was like a wily machine that threw fireballs, electric balls, and freezing balls. Yeah, a lot of balls, but basically they were thrown at you in a way that was pretty hard to avoid. So honestly, I feel it was a pretty good final boss. So you mean the 3 times aim shit? Yeah. I think it was 2 times though. It might have been 3 times, maybe. But yeah, that one was pretty, to me at least, it was pretty hard to beat. And just for that, I feel like the game is really good. Just for having a final boss that hard. Because usually Mega Man games, there are a couple of exceptions, right? But Mega Man games don't really have hard final bosses for the most part. That game though, the final boss, at least to me, was a complete nightmare. And it was really enjoyable to finally beat it, and what's even more enjoyable is the credit scene, which basically has Mega Man all serious and shit walking out of the Wily Castle being set on fire. Like, that's so badass. So honestly, Mega Man 7, I feel it wasn't that bad. But Mega Man 8 though, yeah, Mega Man 8 probably was not the best it could have been. Although, again, if I had to, I don't remember 8 at all, honestly. Because it was really forgettable. The graphics didn't look good, the difficulty was, as far as I remember, pretty easy. And there were a lot of copycats from previous Mega Man games. Like, even more than usual. So it didn't really feel like a game made with passion. It just felt like, you know, another game, right? Thankfully though, Mega Man 9 was amazing. And as I always say, it's my favorite game of the classic Mega Mans. Well, again, classic just because it's the vanilla series, right? But yeah, to me, Mega Man 9 was the best by quite a long shot. Damn it, as soon as I leave the platform, the gravity gets tighter. So it's really hard to time the jumps. Damn it, what a piece of shit. The game I remember the best is Mega Man X, even though this game was really... Mega Man X was pretty good. I mean, the first 3 Mega Man X games were really good. Like Mega Man X and Mega Man X 2, I remember them being really good. Don't really remember Mega Man X3 though, but I remember it also being good. Mega Man X4 was also good, although it had its things that made the game really easy, except maybe for the final boss, I guess. And Mega Man X5, I mean, a lot of people really like Mega Man X5, but I don't like it personally. Especially because of the multiple endings bullshit. That is basically RNG. Like, can you believe that you have multiple endings that are RNG? Can you believe that? Well, that's Mega Man X5 for you. Like, if you get lucky, humanity doesn't get pulverized. If you don't get lucky, humanity gets extinct. Yeah, that's the game. I'm not making it up. I wish I was making it up. I stopped playing Mega Man games after almost have not been a kind of game I liked. Yeah, basically that's Mega Man X5. The previous Mega Man X games though were pretty, as I say, pretty good, or at least decent. Especially X4. Well, sorry, I mean to say X2. X2 was really good. X4 also was good. But then, well, Mega Man X6 is infamously known for being kinda like one of the first bad Mega Man games. Like, it's one of those Mega Man games that is just bad because of the level design is trash. I tried to play it and I couldn't. Like, the level design was just so bad that I just gave up. And we're not talking about level design like this game where it's just hard. We're talking about level design that is just badly done. And it's obviously hard, but it's hard not because it's challenging, but because... Like, I remember one part where there were some... You know, seahorses, I think. Basically, the level I think was about to end, and there were this section with a lot of seahorses where they wouldn't let you go through, and if I remember correctly, they had infinite spawn. So even if you kill some of them, you still had some spawning, and the worst part is that they were the kind of enemies that spawn in bottomless pits. So if you try to rush it, you will probably get hit and die to a bottomless pit. So yeah, Mega Man X6 I think is known as the first bad Mega Man game. Not exactly sure if a lot of people agree on that, but I can agree that I didn't like it. So yeah, to me bad level design is also about being a bit messy and misleading. Yeah, I don't think this was misleading. It was more messy, right? Like, it was full of shit, full of enemies just placed because, you know, it's kind of like, you know, Sigma actually made the levels, right? Like, you know, you had Sigma trying his best to not let Mega Man go through the levels. Because holy shit, they feel like they are just made for you to not beat them as much as possible. Again, you could probably say the same thing about this, but the difference about this is that there is a challenge here. It's hard because it's tight to do. The windows to do everything is pretty tight. Not because it's badly designed, but Mega Man X just had bad design everywhere. As far as I remember, I might be misremembering, right? But as far as I remember, that was the case with Mega Man X6. I didn't play Mega Man X7, but I think one of those games was like 3D. And honestly, I don't mind 3D games, right? But for a series like Mega Man to go 3D, it's kind of like, I don't know, going for a puzzle game on Resident Evil, right? Like an exclusively puzzle game for Resident Evil. Like, can you imagine that? Suddenly you're playing like Resident Evil 8, but instead of being a horror survival game, TPS or FPS, whatever, instead of that it's just a puzzle game with Candy Crush-like mechanics. And you'll be like, what? This isn't Resident Evil. Well, even if it wasn't, you know, that far off, you know, Mega Man X, like the 3D games, even if they were still kind of like in the Mega Man spirit, at that point it's kind of like you're just playing something else entirely different. Remember, a 3D Mega Man game was more like a typical shooter. Yeah, exactly. It really wasn't that focused on platforming, as far as I know. Technically it was a platformer, but yeah, it felt more like a cheap, you know, hack and slash, which, I mean, it wasn't a hack and slash because it was shooting, right? But it felt like one of those like licensed games from like movies like Green Lantern or shit like that, that basically they release a game that is just a bare bones hack and slash. Well, that's kind of like how those Mega Man games felt, except that, well, they weren't hack and slash, but they just felt cheap, at least from what I've seen. So yeah, I haven't played any of the other Mega Mans, like Mega Man Zero, Mega Man Legends, Mega Man Battle Network. I haven't played those. I know that some of them are RPG. Don't remember exactly which one, but what I know is that the Mega Man X series started off good, and it ended up being a little bit disappointing. Which is kind of the reason why they stopped making it, because they just couldn't keep making it. They were like really inept to do them. Thankfully though, Capcom with Mega Man 9, 10 and 11, which are kind of like modern Mega Man games, but still using the old gameplay, you know, structure, I will say that those games are really good. But yeah, especially Mega Man 9. Mega Man 9 feels like a really good game. Nice. Oh, I get it. So in that part I can just stay on the vine. I won't get killed by gravity. I can stay on the vine, jump to the right when I'm ready. Okay, I get it. So this is something that I can actually do. Okay. I thought it was gonna be much harder, but if the scrolling stop at that part, it shouldn't be that hard. Then again, the real problem is getting to that part in the first place, so yeah. You jump quite far off these blue things. Yeah, but the thing is that if you press like the direction, like the opposite direction that you would press if you wanted to fly off, like basically if you jump towards the vine, you wouldn't get launched. So it wouldn't be a problem. You will just spam jump to the left in that case until the laser was gone, and when you were ready you will just go to the right. At least I feel it should work, but we will see. Fuck. Yeah. Boshy actually read my mind with that. Really like the Dracula boss in I Wanna Be the Guy, too bad it was so short. Yeah, that was actually my favorite fight in I Wanna Be the Guy. That Dracula fight was really well done. Then again, Dracula, like as a boss, like Dracula from Castlevania, obviously, is a boss that I feel like no matter what you do, it always will feel like a really classical and well done boss fight if you like respect the original kind of like structure. Like it feels like if someone asks you, okay, what's a standard boss fight in a video game, right? I feel like one of the things that you would like to show them is Dracula. Dracula is one of those bosses that is kind of timeless. In fact, if you just go now and play Castlevania 1 and get to the final boss, that final boss is really good. Like it really feels like you're playing like the definition of a boss fight, and I feel that I Wanna Be the Guy captured that feeling really well. Like when you're fighting Dracula, you really feel like you're fighting a boss. So yeah, props to them for that. Well, obviously when I say them, I mean him, because it was only made by one guy, but still. It's a shame a lot of players spit on old difficult games with bad graphics. Well, I mean, there is still a lot of people that like retro games. In fact, there is a whole retro category on Twitch for games like those. But honestly, games like Castlevania 1 and Castlevania 3, those two, I feel like no matter how much time passes, those games will be timeless. Because the gameplay is just so well done that no matter if you're playing it on like 1989, which I think was the year when Castlevania 1 released, or if you played it in 2019, or if you played it in 2050, like the game will still be really well done and really enjoyable. Which is the reason why I always say that developers should always emphasize on gameplay before graphics. Always should do that. Because if you don't do that, you end up with games like, for example, I mean, I'm gonna give an example that is probably not gonna be tasteful for a lot of people, because a lot of people actually like the game. But see, for example, Shenmue, right? You know that game where you run around like a Japanese boy trying to avenge your father, right? That game, the main gimmick of that game is that the graphics and the whole setting were really ambitious at the time, right? That was really the main gimmick of the game. Now try to play that game today, right? Try to play that game today and try to not drop the game like an hour in. Like try to play that game and try to not sleep while 1 hour has passed. And I can assure you that you're gonna have a hard time doing that. Because it's the kind of game where gameplay was secondary. So the only redeeming factor that the game had is that it was ambitious at the time, which is fine because it's kind of like it lets games evolve. But if you play it today, the game it's just not good. It's just not. I mean, obviously I'm speaking from a subjective perspective, right? But I'm pretty sure that no matter who plays that game today, it's just gonna find it boring because there's barely any gameplay there, and it's not like the story is really that great or anything. I'm pretty sure that the story is just like your generic avenging story or shit like that. I don't know, because I haven't really paid that much attention to the story when I saw a gameplay of it. But I can tell you that the game looks so fucking boring that it's just Destiny 2. I haven't played Destiny 2, so I wouldn't know. But basically, what I'm trying to say is that if you want to make games be timeless, please make sure you focus on the gameplay. Because when your graphics are no longer the hot thing of the day, right? Like when the graphics are actually outdated and they look like shit, the only thing that is gonna save your game is the actual gameplay. So if your gameplay is trash and you only focus on the graphics, you're just gonna end up with something that nobody's going to remember or nobody's going to like to play. Maybe they might remember it like, oh, this game was pretty good, right? But when they actually put themselves to play it, they probably will drop it, because that's how it works. When you make a game not based on gameplay, unless you make it really story heavy and the story is actually good, a lot of people like games with good story even if the gameplay is trash. But if your story is just decent at best and the gameplay is trash, let me tell you that your game is gonna only last the generation it's in. If you try to play that game on following generations, it's just gonna be forgotten. You need a game that is actually fun to play if you want it to not be forgotten. Or I guess you could go the whole other way and just make a game so shitty that everyone remembers it for being trash. Like for example Sonic 06. But at that point I don't think you really want to be remembered by that, right? Nice. Please tell me there's a fucking save point. Damn, that's the tower? That looked like a lot more, but alright. Where the fuck is the save point? Okay, I'm starting to get worried. Where's the save point? Please tell me there's a save point and I don't have to do all that shit again. Please tell me there's a save point. Nice, finally. Whew, I almost got worried there. Okay. Damn, 1,339 deaths. Well, that's quite a lot. Okay. Just make a game that will sell for 1 mod and get good money. Well, yeah, I mean, if your objective is getting money, then by all means, make a game that will attract the attention of everyone and don't even worry about gameplay. But if your objective is to actually make a game that is gonna like pass the test of time and it's gonna be good no matter when you play it, then, you know, focus on gameplay. If you don't do that, it's just gonna be forgotten. Or even if it's not forgotten, whenever someone is gonna try to play it, it's gonna realize how bad it is. I feel like Shenmue is the perfect example of that. Again, I'm not saying that it's specifically a bad game, but what I'm saying is that it's a game that only got the recognition it got because the graphics were amazing at the time, and the open world factor was also something pretty relatively new. But honestly, whenever you actually try to look at the gameplay, it's just a snore-fest. Again, it obviously, you know, depends on your preferences, right? But that's, in my opinion, a pretty bad game. Hey Thundit, how is it going? Yes, by the way, I just beat the tower. Like, I just did it. Like, maybe a minute ago. Well, maybe 3 minutes ago, but yeah. And it seems that we are in a sort of Mario level. Fuck. Now you're at this part. Yeah, it's kinda trippy, I gotta say. Feels kinda trippy. If I was stoned, this part will probably make me go to another dimension or something. So yeah, probably you don't want to play this while you're stoned. Or maybe you want to, if you want to go to another dimension. That jump is gonna be a little bit hard to do. It's Boshy time indeed. How is it going, Riemann? It's Boshy time, and this time with rotating screens. And you thought the tower was already nauseating enough. Well, embrace this beautiful horizontal scrolling section. By the way, if anyone has epilepsy, you probably don't want to watch this. So yeah, just gonna say that in case there's anyone with epilepsy here today, which I doubt, but you never know. There's nothing there. Okay. Oh shit, okay. Oh, I'm gonna get fucked here. I'm definitely fucked. Wow. Okay. Now that's a character that I never seen in these games. Pac-Man. Pac-Man himself. It's 3D. I know it's 3D, it's just that it's pretty trippy, right? Team the Kid players. Yeah. It's Boshy time. Damn it. I'm surprised by how slow that this fire rod is. When I say surprised, I don't mean that I'm complaining. In fact, I'm pretty thankful that that's the case. Holy shit, this is pretty trippy to look at, and I'm dead. Even the spikes below are 3D. The part after this might be troublesome. Okay. Yeah, which part isn't troublesome? Yeah, pretty much. Oh, come on. So that jump has to be a little bit more precise than I initially thought. Also, where is this game from? Is it also from a Mario game? Because it sounds more like something I will find from Zelda. Can you jump low enough to just go through that? It seems I can. I just read the comment, that's why I tried to do that. Okay, nice. Pac-Man, no, Pac-Man, no. No, don't do this to me, Pac-Man. There was the save, damn it. Oh, that works. It will usually do just that. Yeah, it seems it works better. So basically, I can do a jump Well, fuck. I did the jump too late. I didn't have the double jump. Just have to get a feeling for tapping the jump button quickly. Yeah, the real problem is that my hands are incredibly cold right now. So the fact that I can even play the game is already impressive. Like, they are really cold. I mean, if I touch any of the faces of anyone in chat right now, you will probably, yeah, get a pretty cold face. Because I can really tell you this hand, well, both of these hands are really, really cold. I might feel like a corpse even. I don't mind the cold. Yeah, to me the problem is that when I get cold in my hands, my fingers are harder to move. So yeah, that's a little bit of a problem. Nice jump. Fuck. Where I live I'm burning, yeah, pretty much. That's the duality of the world. Whenever in one of the parts it's burning, in the other side it's freezing. It's pretty funny how the planet works, right? It's kind of like it was made from fiction, but then you remember that fiction was actually inspired by the real thing. So now you understand why you have all this RPG with pretty different ecosystems and, you know, ice worlds and you know, really hot worlds and all that shit. It makes sense. Also, I did it nice. Okay, so what's here? Have another fire rod. Have another staircase. Oh, and the boss. Wait, is this the boss? It's like a teleport to the warping room. Yeah. This part might be troublesome. Okay. Oh shit, it's the boss? Mid-boss. Damn. Soul Green. I don't know what language that is. Wait, isn't that Sherman? Okay. Wait a second. First of all, I want to increase the volume of the game because it's a little bit quiet. Isn't this the final boss? Like, isn't this literally the final boss? Damn. I thought there was still a little bit more time until the final boss. Because whenever, you know, I talk about how Forsen, you know, they remind him that he hasn't beat this game, And the way they remind him of that is posting this boss sprite every single day. That's why I know this is the final boss. Okay, so now it makes sense. I guess saving there will be the best. Okay. Wow. The first 2 seconds of the fight are already kicking my ass. Danish old metal boss. Maybe you can skip the boss fight and go above. Yeah, probably. Like save jump above. Yeah, that would probably work, right? Holy fuck, that part doesn't look easy. Okay. Wait a second. Okay, I can't even jump. And I have a dead counter. You can kill 2 of the faces. You can quick kill 2 of the faces, although I'm not sure you can mash well enough for it. Definitely not. Also, holy fuck, dude. Damn, Super Sonic is here too. Wow. Now that's something. Okay, my first task right here is actually figuring out how the fuck to dodge that. Actually, let's change the title since we already know this is the final boss. Let's say I wanna beat the final boss. Okay, there we go. You wanna beat the final boss indeed. Is the true boss of this game other than Cheetahman, but that's a secret. Is there like a fake boss of this game? Holy fuck. Okay, so first I have to understand what this first attack is all about. On easy mode he has half health and one of his faces has 90% reduced HP. I see. Wow. What? I died. Okay. I feel like this is static. I don't feel like this is static though. Oh, and you have to jump at the end, okay. Okay. You know what's the worst part about this? Is that I'm supposed to hit him while he does all this bullshit. The first phase is mostly static. Okay. Okay, cool. Wow. Those are aim. Yeah, I can see that. Also, it seems kind of like if you skip this fast enough, you instantly die. Like right there. I tried to skip it really fast and you just die. If you skip instantly, you spawn on top of the boss. Damn. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Okay, if that's aim, then I have to start from the edge. Well, the good thing is that we already know that this is gonna take a shit ton of time. So please bring your popcorn if you have, because this is gonna take some time. Okay, he waits for the third one. I think I have to do it from the border if I don't want to get fucked. So basically the final boss is a self-insert of the author. Pretty nice. Okay. Also something before I keep going with this, something that really makes me wonder here. There were a couple more worlds that no, I didn't mean to go there, fuck. There were a couple more worlds that I'm pretty sure that I haven't... Oh, come on, I don't want to go to those worlds. I want to just see the fucking room. Okay. So I'm here. So I jump here and all that shit. Thing is... So you have this, right? But then you have this. Okay, that's the final boss. Okay, I guess that final path is that part. What's this? Prize room? Okay, well, obviously, that's probably the only thing left. So I'm assuming that the final path is like that elevator room, right? Okay, so yeah, basically I done everything. Except for, well, the cheetah man, right? Should I try the cheetah man now, or should I try the final boss? I know which one is gonna fuck me in the ass more. I know that both are gonna really destroy my anus. I know which one of them is gonna be worst. Wow. Okay, I have to jump over that shit and then dodge the Danmaku. Damn, that part looks pretty fucked up. And after that, Sonic comes and just does a bunch of shit. I wonder when this loops. Probably that's the last attack of this phase. Oh, never mind. Wow. Well, that's kind of like the Rio attack, but it seems a little bit slower, so okay, that's definitely the final attack of this phase. Because by that point, I already have killed them. And it seems that it's infinite, so yeah, you're probably supposed to fuck them up there. Cheetah men were harder for me, but casually either one could be worse. It's just that the cheetah men are easier with Sonic, in my opinion. Okay. Let's just try this one for a little bit and see how it goes. Although I'm pretty sad that I cannot instantly skip it. Like, why wouldn't I be able to do that? Especially with how many times I'm gonna get fucked. Oh, that laser still can kill you. Maybe you can instantly skip if you use the teleporter. I don't think so. Maybe, but I don't think you can do that. Because it's a matter of where you get spawned instead of where you enter before that. Maybe you're right, I don't know. Sonic is harder to control where you are not used to, but after a while you realize that it eliminates 99% of the Power and Cheetah Man. Then it's just a matter of getting good. I see. Soul Green, yeah, indeed. How is it going, Mr. Oldo? I'm basically at the final boss, indeed. And apparently it's not a box of salt as we thought, it's a box of oatmeal. For that I'm pretty sure that I'm supposed to jump to the left. Okay. Well, one thing that I probably know for sure is that I have to bring Ghastly to the fight. No, I'm not gonna do that. Not gonna drink that. Also, I said oat. How is it called? Oat what? Oatmeal? If it's meal, yeah, oatmeal, not oat milk. You misheard that probably because you had that in your mind, but don't worry about it. I know. It's actually a real boss of oatmeal that is so. Yep. Seems that that's the case. You can eat soul green if you want. I'm pretty sure that it's not sold in this country. But, you know, yeah, you can probably import it if you want. You can eat soul green for breakfast. I'm pretty sure soul green can also eat me. Wait, why haven't I summoned Ghastly yet? Let's use this bastard. Although I don't think it will help that much. You know who I wanna use? I mean, this is obviously gonna be impossible to do in the Danmaku section, right? But I wanna see this. That already takes a pretty big chunk of damage. Good Sovereign will probably raise your salt levels to over 9,000. I don't think I need more salt than I already have. You probably can speed kill him with Sagat. Use Sagat for this boss actually. Yeah, it seems like it's a pretty good option. Since he's pretty tall. And you can just like do this. Like we killed the first phase. Yeah, sadly I don't think I can spam that fast to actually kill him. I can agree that it takes a big chunk of damage off of him. Damn, that remnant of a lightning still fucks me up. You have quite a lot of time to do it. Damn it. I'm really used to skip this fight pretty fast and that ends up killing me instantly. Yeah, and obviously Sagat hitbots, or I should say Sagat sprite is less than ideal for this kind of shit. So yeah. Okay, maybe the best thing to try right now, at least like to get used to the attacks, is trying to dodge the attacks without worrying about shooting. Just to, you know, get used to the attacks. Nice. That one is gonna be trouble. Timid. It's also a little bit about memorizing the patterns. I wonder who that is, the monster that comes from below. It looks pretty familiar, but really can't point it out. I mean. It says eel on the wiki. Just an eel, a normal eel, okay. I guess. Damn it, for that one I have to wait a little bit to dodge. And after that, the real problem is positioning myself to the center again after jumping to the left. That's gonna be the problem with that. Fuck. Okay. Well, at least it's good to know that this will take a pretty long time. That's always good to be aware of. Have to remember that that green shot shouldn't be that forcibly dodged. At least it isn't PDH. I don't know. The thing with PDH is that it might be pretty hard, but at the very least, it's pretty short, right? Pretty sure this fight is gonna be anything but short, which is kinda the problem. Eventually you will master phase 1. Yeah. The only problem is the other phases, but that's fine. I mean, step by step. Surely but slowly but surely. I guess, yeah. I don't wanna jump though. PDH is still 30 seconds. Yeah, pretty much. Although those are some quite chaotic 30 seconds, I gotta say. Okay, maybe I have to move right for that one. The real problem is gonna be this pattern. This pattern doesn't look easy at all. Especially when Super Sonic wants to fuck you up. And then this seems like RNG, right? Okay. Personally, I think PDH is harder than this entire fight, but once you get used to both, this is probably harder because of length. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We're gonna see if I can even get to the end. Also, where is that song from the final stage? Like this song, where is it from? Fuck. Damn it. Bad idea. Is there Enigma the underworld? I have no idea what that is, but okay. Sounds good, that's what I can tell you. That's what it says. It really sounds good. Also, I wonder, well, there's probably nothing at the other side, right? I wonder what happens if you somehow get to the other side of that. Like, not what happened, but like what's there. Probably nothing interesting, right? Fuck. Damn it. Nice. Almost. This part where he drops this shit. The problem is those green patterns that are quite off. Seems like you have to move towards the bulbs in the tiny gaps to me. Okay. Well, it just seems like I have to dodge. I feel like that's what I have to do. Problem is that it's a little bit hard. It's all static. Yeah, it seems like it is. Except for the second to last attack, right? Like the one where he teleports. That's actually RNG, or is that also static? That's RNG, yeah. I suppose so. Damn it. Oh, come on, dude. Probably the worst attack once you get used to the entire phase, since he can teleport right next to you. Yeah, but he gives you a little bit time to react, so I guess it could be worse, right? Okay. Doesn't help that for a lot of these attacks there is a lot of screen shake going on. So sometimes it's hard to see exactly where you're going. Fuck. Well, I have to be mentally prepared for this. Feel like I'll have time to catch up to you? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, even Aldo has time to catch up to me. Like, probably when he gets to this fight, I will probably also be playing this fight. So yeah. You only have to beat 8 words, yeah, pretty much. Aldo has to beat 6, I think, because he's stuck on the Sonic fight. Although he's mostly busy. I think that right now for Mr. Aldo, University is the real boss. Yeah, this actually will serve you as a guide, indeed. It will serve you as a guide about what not to do. Yeah, exactly. Now your boss is indeed the university. I have to make my inscription to university, forget about that. Yeah, go do that. Soren keeps track of your deaths. Yeah, I've noticed that. Just to make it even more humiliating. Although then again, if you think about deaths as a score, I guess it's not that bad. Okay, so now my problem is dodging that second to last attack on that pattern. Everything else seems like I can dodge it without trouble. I wonder if I should start shooting. Like if I should start practicing when to shoot. Maybe not, but let's just try that. I mean, after all, it will be useless to know how to dodge all that shit if I can't put him down. Although honestly, I'm pretty curious to see how now that I actually can do that first wave, I wanna see how fast I can do this with Sagat. But then again, the problem is obviously the hitbots. I had 705 deaths on this boss. I think I'm gonna defeat you on that. I'm gonna have probably triple as much as that. Oh, come on. Ah, too fast, damn it. I think it took 4 hours. Nice. Yeah, pretty fast. Pretty fast indeed. We beat the Camilla 2 version. Is the Camilla 2 version exactly the same? Or does it have any slight differences? Which took 7. It's harder. Oh, it's very different, okay. Oh, I jumped too early there. too early too, damn it. I hope you really like listening to Sagat saying tiger, because you're gonna be hearing that a lot. Mostly this took longer because I had to get used to Sagat hitboxes. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I don't think I can. I shouldn't try this with Sagat. Besides, even if I can do this first phase with Sagat, it's probably gonna be fucked up to do everything else. So I think I'm just gonna go with Mr. Boshy. Plus this version is entirely different than Cumulative 2 or than phase 1, which is the same but easier. I see. I should stay there and got slowly fucked. I guess shooting here shouldn't be what I'm supposed to do, because I mean there is a phase afterwards where he should stay there. Not phase 1, one of the phases, okay. Pretty hard to dodge that. So Green Camino 2 has a bunch of Toho characters and Vocalo is helping him. Damn. Toho and Vocalo, no, that's a pretty dangerous combination. You probably don't want to make those two join forces. At least without Gachi. I don't wanna imagine Toho and Gachi. That will be too much, I feel. Too much for my mortal ears. And then jump there, I feel like that's what I should be doing. I wanna be boss of this shame. There should be something like that, right? Have you tried searching on that Delicious Fruit website? There has to be something like that. I mean, someone surely must have thought of that. I'm pretty sure someone. Or even if it's not exactly that, someone probably already did a gachi fun game. I will be surprised if that's not the case. Nice. Fucker? I don't even know what killed me there. Doesn't help that these hitboxes are pretty big, considering they are single bullets. They really feel pretty big. Damn, I slip off the platform. Also, it seems that if I stay at the center for that attack, well, except for that part, but it seems that it might work. There are a couple of exceptions there, but seems that the center might be the safest place there. You have to be way more to the right for that one. The worst part is that's a static and I'm dying to it. Seems that no matter the Toho practice, nothing can really prepare you for this fuckery, huh? Okay, maybe staying at the center there was a bad idea after all. At least I beat that attack for the first time. That's something. Ouch. And you already can deal more than 10 damage at the beginning by spamming like Gabby, which isn't really that fast. Pretty easy to fall off the platform on that attack. Sovereign also has Hunikuni attack that's used in another phase. I see. I wonder if it's easier to dodge by jumping there. Probably not. You will see why. Yeah, I probably will see why. No, probably jumping there is not the best idea. Also, I can already imagine the gachi version of the fan game, right? I can imagine a dialogue saying, "Our dads told us to not be afraid of the size of our hitboxes." Yeah. That probably will be pretty nice. Can't believe this first phase is already taking so long considering how static it is. Because I mean, when something is static, as long as you do the same shit, like you do the correct stuff all over again, it should work. But yeah. You die when you touch the red ball in World 3. Yeah, that's also something that I forgot to mention. But yeah, you also die there. Once you get used to it, it should be consistent at least. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Maybe it will be consistent if I get used to phase 2, for example. I don't think it's gonna be consistent just by like beating it once. I didn't see that one. If phase 1 is inconsistent, then phase 2 definitely won't be. Yeah, I tried to say not phase 2 being consistent, I mean beating phase 2. Probably if I can beat phase 2, it means that I can consistently beat phase 1. But you know, I don't even know how phase 2 looks like, so for now I'm just gonna focus on this. My real problem is that Danmaku attack right there. Like right here, this one. Even though it seems fairly easy, it doesn't look complex. But I'm not used to like dodging that kind of stuff with these hitbots. When I say these hitbots, I mean Boshy's hitbots. Boshy hitbots is, you know, normal size, but usually when you play Touhou, the hitbots of the characters is pretty tiny size, so a lot of this shit you will be able to dodge it without much trouble. But yeah, when you're Boshy, you just can't do it that easily. You have to carefully calculate. Nice. No, I can't believe that. When I saw Sonic flying, I thought he was just randomly flying. He actually comes at you. What a piece of shit. Okay. Soul Grain fight, yep, indeed. This part will be a pain. Yeah, I can tell that it's gonna be a pain. Yeah, Soul Grain fight. How is it going, Tristan? It's indeed Boshy time, or I guess it's Soul Grain time. I know that it's gonna be a pretty salty time. That's guaranteed. This is really gonna be a pain in the ass. Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty salty time. And also sore please time, yeah. There's also that. Yeah, Sonic is back. So if you thought that you were struggling against Sonic normally, well, try to beat him now. So when you thought that it was all over, nope, he's back to say, I'm not done yet. Actually, Soul Grain sounds like an Ordin weapon to me. Yeah, I'm not that sure about that. There's a strat for Sonic, and since the bullet are also static, once you get it, shouldn't be too bad. It shouldn't. That's a pretty nice word, I gotta say. The like should. But yeah. So resist a Danish oatmeal bot. Indeed. No, I want some oatmeal. I don't even expect Sonic, that's the problem. Sounds like a Nordic name. Well, all I know is that there will be salt shed Wow, I got killed by that. I guess my objective for today is actually beating the first phase. Which is already gonna be hard enough. Not impossible, but pretty hard. Seem to like your oatmeal with salt. Yeah, it's pretty fine. Pretty nice with salt. Well, if you want me to tell you something that is pretty funny, I don't even know what oatmeal is, because I don't know what it translates to. So I'm gonna look up the translator right now. Well, right now, as soon as that happens. Okay, so let's look up the translator right now. Translator. So we put oatmeal. Okay, that wasn't what I expected. I thought that it was more like a peanut, but I guess not. Well, whatever it is, it seems to be pretty salty. Damn it. Peanut butter oatmeal is great. Yeah, I mean, I already looked up the translation, but it's, I can't even picture what it is in the translation. But yeah, that's fine. I mean, at least I'm seeing a bots of it right now, so I guess that counts. Finally beat World 3, this shit was so scary. And if you thought that that was scary, the boss that you're about to encounter, whew, it's gonna be a pretty nice journey. A pretty salty journey too. Don't forget that. Yeah, backup time, don't forget about that. Damn it. And then right after that, Sonic comes out. That's like the worst shit that could happen. Well, I guess it could be worse. Imagine if Ringman came out. No, that will be fucked up. Really fucked up, in fact. Basically, oat is a cereal, oatmeal is oat. You add water or milk to it, microwave it, and it gives you a breakfast that's mashed oat paste. Okay. Appreciate the explanation. Actually, you know, instead of looking up the translator, why don't I just look up Google Images? It's probably gonna be even more useful. So, Google Images. Oatmeal. Oh, yeah, I know what it is. Yeah, basically this shit from Quaker. Yeah, I know what it is. Or at least I kinda know what it is. Okay, gotcha. These parts don't seem inspired by actual Danmaku games, but somehow are very similar. Well, I mean, obviously there are a lot of parts that you can compare it by Danmaku games. Damn it. I don't think Solgrim was inspired by Danmaku games, although even the more Danmaku inspired games usually have their own unique attacks, unique to fun games. Holy fuck, I have to do some short hops there. I mean, there's probably an easier way of doing it, but so far it seems that short hops are working the best for me on that Danmaku section. Oh, come on. Damn, too high, or maybe too low, I don't even know. I guess this pattern can only be properly reproduced with small hitbox as an infinite jump. There are some games with dot hitbox as an infinite jump. Nice. Well, I guess kind of like the point of the fun games is to have like the same controls as you know the normal game. They have a lot of denser, faster bullets. What's even the point though? Yeah, like I feel like at that point you might as well play a Danmaku game, but you know. It depends on how well it's done. Also, who is it going to Poima? Seems like we're already here. On none other than the final boss. I think they're fun. Well, I haven't seen them yet, so I wouldn't really be able to judge them. I probably shouldn't jump on that last one. If it's easier to make and I wanna be the guy fighting it. I don't think so. Well, honestly, I wouldn't know because I never tried to do either, but I'm not exactly sure. Damn it. Using the standard physics create different situations and those that you will encounter in actual bullet hell games, and the bosses in general feel different. My internet just had an aneurysm. Nice. Welcome to the club. Except Danmaku, there are many ways to easily do a Danmaku game. Or ways I should say mostly. Infinite Jump isn't the same as flying. Well, I mean, honestly, I feel like if you use Unreal Engine 4, There is like a presetting that lets you start a project as a Danmaku game, or at least like a shoot 'em up, right? Welcome to the club, the leader club? No, the shitty internet club. I'm a pretty VIP fan of that club. They always let me in. Infinite jump is also harder than shoot 'em up physics. Yeah, definitely. Have to go faster to the left there. Too much to the left. Most of the hardest building in one of the gun games are just pure bullet hell anyway. Piece of shit. Damn it. Yeah, that part is gonna be a nightmare. Until I actually learn a pattern that works. You can start on the left, walk to the right, jump, walk to the left, jump. So basically go from edge to edge. What kind of hell won't one classify Sonic as? Show your hell. Yeah, that actually sounds quite accurate. Fuck. Yeah, sounds pretty accurate to me. So the strategy here, start on the left, walk to the right, jump, walk to the left, jump. So basically starting here, walking here, jump, walking here, jump, walking here, jump. Is that the strat that you're telling me? You need to start on the left before he even comes out. Okay. So basically here. Walk, you mean walk to this edge, or I can just walk to the center? Oh, to the edge, okay. So basically it's, I start here, walk here, jump, walk here, jump, walk here, jump, until he eventually stops being a piece of shit. Okay, I gotcha. The fast ones look aim. No, I don't think any of the Danmaku here is aimed. Well, I mean, except from this lightning and that tiny bullet. But this is definitely not aimed. And this isn't aimed either. And on the last part, walk to the left bullet wall, jump, and right bullet wall, jump. That sounds a little bit complex, I gotta say. That was pretty bad timing. Pretty bad. Can't believe that part is actually hard for me. I thought it would be the one that would take me the least to beat, but it seems like it's the one that is taking me the most time to actually master. It's just that the hitboxes of those bullets seem a little bit too big. Okay, so I can actually go to the left there, but I have to do it in a specific way so I don't get fucked by the green bullets. Damn it. Those type of attack teach you to get precise with controls, or maybe you could play a new game to get better with the controls, although those can be really precise. Or maybe I should warm my hands. That's gonna be quite a problem to do now. Actually, a lot of people use a cup of warm water to warm their hands. Maybe I should do something like that. Maybe. You could try. Probably wearing gloves is a pretty bad idea, right? For a game like this, wearing gloves is practically like a suicide, right? I'm pretty sure. You don't want to wear gloves while using the keyboard, or maybe any other controller for that matter. Yeah, double jumping there is not an option. Probably wouldn't work well. Yeah, probably wouldn't. I mean, I remember when you know, I had my hands really cold, trying to play with gloves is definitely a pretty bad idea. Like a pretty bad idea. And I don't think these kind of games are the exception. In fact, I think they are the perfect example of when using gloves goes wrong. part of Solgren seems to also be a seashore part again. Oh, you mean, yeah, this part with the flashing lights, yeah. Yeah, if you have seizures, please don't watch this. It's gonna be bad for your health. I mean, playing it will also be bad for your health, especially for your sodium levels. You probably don't want them to rise that high. I still do it because, you know, my sodium levels might be a little bit low right now, so I need some salt. Okay, I get what you're saying, and it seems that it works. But you have to do it pretty precisely. There it is, damn, that's a lot of sodium. That's where you jump again. Yeah, I tried, but I was late. Does anyone in the modern world have low sodium? I don't know. It's been a while since I made a cholesterol test. You need to do it really well. Yeah, that seems to be the case. All the food looks like it's made out of salt. I mean, honestly, salt is pretty important in order to, you know, conserve food. Like, a lot of people say, well, like, eating salty stuff is unhealthy because of the sodium and all that shit. But if it wasn't for salt, it would be pretty hard to conserve a lot of the food that you eat. And honestly, if you don't die from cholesterol, you're probably gonna die by trying to beat this boss. So I guess it doesn't really matter that much, right? Although I guess dying by cholesterol and dying by this boss is kinda like the same stuff. You're talking about cholesterol salt now? Well, salt, or at least consuming a pretty big amount of salt, can lead to pretty high cholesterol. As far as I know. Then again, I'm not a nutritionist, right? So I wouldn't be able to. So this boss was full of salt, not cholesterol. Yeah, but they are pretty firmly related. A lot of salt consumption can lead to pretty high cholesterol. I mean, there's also other things that can lead to high cholesterol, right? But salt is one of them. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think I'm right. Ironically, Answer is French scholar. Yeah, well, you can also in Spanish say cólera, which is it's not really a word that you will use a lot, but it exists. Salt leads to cholesterol, yeah, pretty much. Perhaps a salt overdose from this boss could kill you. Yeah. Thankfully, I've been so fucked up by Toho all these years that at this point I don't think this boss can make me mad enough. But then again, I shouldn't underestimate it. Oh, cholesterol, okay. I imagine Lovecraftian stuff, but in Toho style. I see a lot of people mention Lovecraft, and I don't know what it is. I know that it's probably an author of novels, but I don't know. And I don't know if I want to know either. I mean, if it is something from novels, I wouldn't know because I don't read books. Or rather, I don't read. Cthulhu and shit. Oh, I see. Bloodborne has a lot of Lovecraftian stuff. I see. Well, you could say that probably Miss Minamitsu Murasa is probably a Lovecraftian horror, since, you know, she's a ghost that sinks ships and all that shit. Although, she looks way too cute to be considered a Lovecraftian horror. Very well known author of weird stuff, cosmic horror. Basically, most organic monsters are based on Lovecraftian mythology. I see. Okay, I get it. I understand the idea. Now my only problem is actually executing it. I definitely understand the idea. And then there is this shit. Although this shit shouldn't even be hard. Although I gotta be honest, doing a short hop with a slow pattern like this might be harder than I think. Nue is more Lovecraftian than any Toho. Yeah, but she's also way sexier than any Toho too. So, I don't know. Just a thought. It's pretty weird to call her a Lovecraftian horror with that beautiful outfit that she's rocking. You're close to beating phase 1 now. Yeah, I guess. I hope. I wait too much to do that. Or I guess I should say I did it too early. Damn it. Nu's ability has something similar with Lovecraftian horror concept. Yeah, basically turning into anything and have an unspeakable shape. Yeah, pretty much. Well, Nue is actually, you know, an actual Japanese mythology monster. Well, although when you compare Nue from the Japanese mythology and actual Nue from Toho, it's kinda like... It's a pretty weird comparison, right? Because basically... Nue from Japanese mythology is this ugly monkey, snake, lion hybrid, right? But when you look at Nue from Toho, she's basically this really attractive girl that wears a vintage costume. So yeah, it's kinda weird. The real Nue was in Neo, yeah, pretty much. That's what was so funny to me when I saw Nue in Neo, and I thought to myself, oh, nice. So that's how that cute lady actually looks like. Nice. Good to know. No. Remember Sat-chan? Yeah. Wait, you mean Satori? Cyrano versus Ragna from BlazBlue. Ragna free. Ragna is so powerful that he became a storyline. Like, have you ever heard of a hero that literally turns into a storyline? I haven't heard of much that can do that. Fairies are immortal in Toho. Yeah, well, Ragnar is also kind of immortal. I mean, he turns into a story after all. And when I say it turns into a storyline, I'm not exaggerating. Like, he literally turns into a new timeline. Can you believe that? Shino can do Icically Fall easy. Hey, you got me there. Yeah, basically Ragnar is one of those characters that... yeah. It's pretty dumb. Yeah, you know, you have characters that can transform into a more powerful version of themselves. You have characters that can transform into giant monsters. You know, you have characters that can transform into mythical creatures. And then you have this asshole that can transform into a timeline. Can you believe that? Yeah, that's pretty much Ragnar. Also, I'm pretty sure that I should spoil the whole Blaze Blue story, but don't worry, it's not that worth it either way. Adopts a Cyrno for the shelter, at least for summertime. Yeah, I think Cyrno is actually here right next to me, because my fingers are so cold that there's probably a nice fairy around. Fuck. Transform into a timeline sounds cool. Yeah, sounds cool until you realize that the story doesn't make any sense. I mean, honestly, Blaze Blue's story is one of those stories that cock teases you the whole time, just to throw it all to the trash in the end. So it's a shame. Because it's a pretty interesting story from the beginning. But then at the end, nothing makes sense. Like, they just go, okay, we definitely can't explain anything that happens here, so let's just pretend that nothing happened, pretty much. So yeah. I cosplay Hades from Blast Blue. Oh, Izanami. Yeah. Also known as Saya. Also known as the Imperator. Also known as Ragnar's sister. Also known as the vessel for Noel Vermilion. Yeah, she has a lot of names. Damn, I think that I can't stop spoiling Blast Blue right now. Like, all that shit that I say is pretty much some big spoilers. So I hope none of you were interested in Blast Blue. And if you were, I hope that you either played it or you forget about what I just said. Yeah, Blaze Blue. Not Blaze Green. Blaze Green is what you do when you wanna get high. So basically, it will be pretty useful for this boss to avoid feeling the pain. Okay, so I have to go right to the left, like to the very limit of the left side. You know, sometimes I wanna play BlazBlue again, but then I realized that, you know, with the evolution of the series, basically it seemed that the games stopped having as much single player content as they used to have. So if I play them again, it's not like there is much to do. Anyway, transforming into a talent sounds like another Medaka Bots ability. I don't know what Medaka Bots is, but yeah. Damn, you have to be really fast for that. I wonder what happens if I, instead of starting from the left, I started from the right. Would it also work? Or will it not? I kinda wanna try that and see what happens. It's probably gonna be pretty disappointing. I don't know. Okay. Well, then I guess there's only one way to find out. Oh, I started from the left like an idiot again. Okay. Although it probably works, it's just that I have to do better than that. Too much to the right. Also, Thundit, now that you're here, what do you think about Wings of B? Like the game made by Soul Green. Like, what do you think about that game? Cause I'm thinking about buying it since it's on sale. Never played it, so I don't know. I mean, the fact that it's made by Soul Green and the fact that the protagonist has two you know, two pretty big hitboxes made me want to play it. I think some more Boshy players and Spiron say it's good. Well, I mean, it's made by Soul Green after all. So that you can play as Boshy in that game as well. I think it's something you unlock as a challenge. Nice. Although honestly, in that game, the main character already looks really good. But yeah. Come on. Damn it. The problem with going to the right is that it's gonna be hard to do so. Basically now my problem is that supersonic pattern. Wonder what's the best way of beating it. And the worst part is that that's not even the final pattern. Just even more fucked up. Like the final pattern of the first phase, that is. Damn it. Okay, so if I jump there, I get hit by that. Wonder if I jump to the right, if that's gonna work well or not. Well, there's also only one way to find that out. So it seems like I can almost get him to half-life. Almost. Ah, damn it. Oh, that's actually easier to do. If I jump and then go to the right, the problem is gonna be dodging that lightning wall. Okay, in that bullet phase you jump to the right a bit before Sonic gets you. Yeah, that seems to be the case. It almost worked there. So let's see what I can get out of that. Oh, he tries to get me once more after that. Okay, okay. But at least I beat the bullet, like the bullet phase. I just died to Sonic, but... Okay, I like that. I like that I could actually dodge shit. Now I have to actually dodge Sonic too, but I think I will be able to do that. Just have to time it better. Like time my jump better, that is. The moment of victory over phase 1 approaches. Yeah, almost. Almost there. Nice. Okay. It's pretty hard to concentrate on shooting him on that section. It might not be the best. It might be the best to just concentrate on dodging. Unless the position is really good. But it feels like it's better to just concentrate on dodging that one and then try to shoot him down on the very last phase where he just stands right there like a complete idiot. Okay. Nice. Okay. Well, phase 1 completed. What's about to come? Oh, I don't like... Okay. You know, I knew for a second that I was supposed to jump over that. And it's like my brain said, no, don't do that. Just wait on that platform. You know, everything's gonna be alright. Yeah. Seems like it wasn't. Yeah, PogChamp. Phase 1 completed. Okay. Well, at least, you know, the objective of the stream was completed, which was beating phase 1 for the first time. Good stuff. You know, I only have to beat the rest of the fight. I just need to beat the rest of the fight. Nice. Yeah, it seems like the phase 1 is really a matter of getting used to the static patterns. This one is the most problematic to me. Feels like that one you have to be more consistent than the rest. Damn, more salt? Nice. It's always needed. You don't know whenever you're gonna run out of salt. You know, there's some pretty fun fact actually. Don't worry, I'm sure phase 1 is by far the hardest part of the fight and everything else is easy, right? Yeah, exactly. Like, why would the other phases be hard, right? Pretty sure the whole difficulty is on phase 1. Everything else is just gonna be a complete piece of cake that I can first try, right? Is that how it works? No? Also, it's funny to troll people in DS and make them salty. You know, there's a fun fact about salt, right? You probably already know this because this is something that they teach in every school, but before there was money, there was actually salt. People actually got paid with salt because it was one of the most valuable things in the world, since it actually let you keep the food fresh. So, you know, the word salary probably comes from salt, because that's what basically people got paid with in ancient times, right? So yeah, that's just a little bit of trivia, although you probably already knew that, but yeah, salt was actually extremely valuable back in the day. Back in the day, you know, 1,000 years ago, maybe more than that. Legend says that if you throw someone enough, they become pure sodium. Damn, pure sodium? They become a sodium isotope? Nice. Didn't know that. Etymology, huh? Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty probable that the word salary comes from salt. Since, you know, basically your salary before like thousands of years ago was literally salt. So basically you could say that I'm getting paid right now without doing much, which is pretty nice. Too slow. First known use of celery was in the 13th century. Yeah, I guess salt was really used back then, right? I mean, there was still no way of conserving food without doing that. So I mean, I don't know when people started to use ice to conserve, you know, foods. I don't know why, but it's funny to force people in the history and make them fall to death. Damn. I'm kinda getting convinced that Rayman is actually Dio in disguise. That's the kind of thing that Dio would say if he was a video game player. Seems to be derived from Latin salarium. Yeah, and probably salarium comes from salt as well. Like basically salarium is, well, it's pretty close to how it's called in Spanish, which is salario. Yeah, which also comes from sal, which is how you say salt in Spanish. Yeah. You probably will be playing Dark Souls and be like, it's useless. Like people try to heal with Estus and you're like, mudada. And then you kick them off a cliff and yell re. Yeah, I'm convinced that you're Dio. Damn. So after all, the Showstar family couldn't handle you, huh? Oh, too fast. Salarius is salt. Nice. Well, there you go. Pretty interesting, right? In fact, most people that can read my nickname are Shosho fans. Well, obviously. I mean, if someone read Rayman, the first thing they will say is, damn, this guy is a Dio fan. I mean, there are many, you know, characters that actually scream Re. In fact, I don't think there is a single instance of that. Because apparently, you know, Akari made, or Araki, who was he called? Araki, right? Basically, he made Dio scream Re because apparently vampires scream that. I don't know how vampires do that sound, but apparently they do. So yeah. But I still don't think I have heard a single character yell Re the way Dio does. Then again, I'm not that cultured in literature, so I wouldn't be able to tell. I have a problem reading that nickname. Diego from SBR. What's SBR? Oh, Steel Ball Run. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't read. Well, honestly, I haven't seen anything from Shosho other than the anime, so I wouldn't be able to know anything past Part 5 at this point. But I'm really looking forward. Meaning is basically Shishibi, a fan detector. Yeah. I guess another good way of another nickname that will be pretty nice to see if someone is a Shoujo fan will be calling yourself Bolare Via. Right? Although not, you know, the amount of people that know about that and the amount of people that know about Ri is probably a little bit different, since a lot of people know Dio but not that many people know Narancia. And what is a Touhou fan detector? Anything that involves Flandre is a Touhou fan detector, because I'm pretty sure that there is no other character in the history of, you know, writing that is called Flandre. So I think that that's a pretty nice Touhou detector. Well, actually there's a lot of Touhou names that I haven't heard anywhere else. Maybe something like Remy SDM, which will be Remilia Scarlet Devil Mansion, will also be a good detector. And since everyone knows the Touhous from Touhou Sits, it wouldn't be a problem to, you know, just yell Momishi's trash and whoever yells back, what do you say? From the eyes of the supermarket is a fan. Yeah, that's a pretty good way. The problem are the consequences of that. You're probably gonna end up with an additional hole after that. You don't want that. Well, at least I don't want that. I mean, I know that some people wouldn't mind, but I definitely wouldn't want that. Yeah, Momishi's trash. Well, actually, you don't even need to say Momishi. You could say its Touhou character is trash. And yeah, the inner Touhou fanboy will immediately come out. Like, imagine yelling Flandre is trash at a Reitaisai event. Probably soon will come up at you and will make you play Danmaku in real life. I could, but 80% of Etsy's trash posts from Touhou Hell are about Momishi. Damn. I wonder what's Touhou Hell. Do you mean 4chan? Because that sounds like Touhou Hell. Shun hasn't even used Flanders since Touhou 6, right? He used it in Shoot the Bullet and in Violet Detector, which are the photo games. bullet that shoot the bullet is Toho 9.5 and violet detector is Toho 16.5. Both of them are photo games. But yeah, other than that, basically she hasn't appeared anywhere else. Basically any character specific me, except Cyrano is a Toho fan detector, yeah. It's a Facebook group. Nice. Now I can only imagine what will happen if someone say Yuyuko is trash in Yukari's face. Now that will be something that I probably wouldn't want to see. I can imagine someone in Facebook saying Yuyuko is trash, and they will get the pop-up Yukari wants to know your location. Shit. that will be pretty accurate. You expect Fantasia to are bad, but it was me, Laser Ray, that just erased you from its system, Yuyuko hater, damn. If someone says Seisha is trash, then he will get flipped. Oh, literally. It will get flipped. And if you're strong enough, you can maybe even flip them literally. Like physically flip them. Seisha is the ultimate cheating life form, indeed. I'll go to bed now with Yuyuko. Alright. See ya, Yukari, and thanks for hanging out. Yeah, I'm struggling a lot with that Danmaku pattern right there. Yeah, Seisha is the ultimate troll. Seisha is the kind of character that will basically make a pretty loud applause when Dumbledore gets killed. Oh, by the way, Harry Potter spoilers. Which I'm pretty sure nobody gives a shit anymore. But yeah, just in case. Like, can you imagine Seisha at the cinema and then Dumbledore gets killed and she's the only one clapping? That will be pretty fun. Just realized that both of my favorite Toho are big trolls. Let me guess, your other favorite character is Mamisu. Is it? Nope. Damn. What if everyone was already clapping? Then she will probably be like crying as much as she can. She's basically the embodiment of a hater. Like, the very embodiment of a hater. Wow, what a shithead. Okay. So I wonder, what's your other favorite character? She's a contrarian? Yeah. That's also true. But it's funnier when I say hater. Oh, Yukari? Yeah, Yukari, sometimes Yukari, you know, everything is getting fucked up and she's like, hey, how's it going, Bruce? Like, what's up, dog? Honestly, I'm pretty convinced that Yukari might be Bugs Bunny future incarnation. Like, it's not like the Looney Tunes discontinued Bugs Bunny, it's just that he turned into Yukari. I mean, think about it. Both of them go through holes, both of them can move at apparently the speed of light because they can be anywhere they want. Both of them troll the shit out of everyone who opposes them, or like everyone who just encounters them. The fire, damn it. I don't even know who is the bigger troll. They can be anywhere they want, they will move faster than the speed of light. Yeah, that's pretty much what Yukari apparently can do. Because she can open a gap to apparently anywhere. And Bugs Bunny, well, has that cartoony power up where he's just pretty much invincible and just can go whatever the fuck he wants as long as he goes into a hole in the ground. Damn, that actually made me want to watch some Bugs Bunny now. That was a pretty good cartoon. Some pretty good ass cartoon. And you know, since here in South America basically we get everything late, Bugs Bunny was still air when I was a kid. And I'm talking about classic Bugs Bunny, not like the remaster or anything. I'm talking about very old episodes were still air when I was a kid. So yeah, you can tell that even my childhood had that. That's pretty much something that you can only get in a country like this after all. Nice. So I can't hit him no matter what, right? In this phase? Wow, what a fortunate way to die. What a pretty good way to die. Yeah, Shibiri, I double jump because I don't know why I double jump, honestly. It was probably like an automatic reaction. Wow, I shouldn't have jumped there either. But the fact that their screen shakes makes those bullets really hard to see. Maybe you will actually get to phase 2 next time, yeah. Yeah, that will be pretty nice, right? Getting to phase 2. That will actually be pretty cool. Also, something that I wonder about this game, you know the global death counter? The one that right now is probably around 10,000 deaths. My question is, does that get saved every time I exit the game, or does that get only saved when I touch a save bot? I'm pretty sure it saves every time I die, right? I think so. Cause when I did the elevator part on the previous stream, basically I forgot to save before I ended the stream. So I don't know if the death counter remain or not. But then again, it's not like it will make that much of a difference anyways. Also, I can see every time you get hit. Yeah, it makes sense. Well, at least I can see some consistency here, which is pretty relieving. It's a global variable that doesn't get affected by saves usually. Yeah, it will make the most sense. Although it's probably, you know, related to a save file, since you can have multiple save files and it's pretty weird if they share the death counter. Damn, I got killed there. Seems that those bullets are way bigger than it seems. I kinda wanna see how phase 2 looks like. But at the same time I need to go. Actually no. No, I think I really need to go. Okay. I'm gonna give it a couple more tries and then I'm gonna end the stream because I really need to go. I thought it was a little early, like earlier than I expected, but it seems that it isn't. Damn it. Okay, I think I'm gonna try one more time. After that. Okay. Yeah, one more time. Just one more time. I promise. I'm just kidding. I'm probably gonna try at least until I get to the supersonic attack again. I hope it doesn't take 1,000 times to do that. Yeah, just one more time. Just only one more. Only one more after this one, obviously. Nice. Okay, I really wanted to see the second phase today, but if I keep trying, like, time is just gonna pass, and I really need to go. So, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. But I've seen some progress at least. Well, I mean, we got to the final boss. That's already a lot of progress. And I really didn't expect to beat the first phase. That's already a lot. The fact that I beat the first phase is really a lot. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna wrap it up for today. And tomorrow, with more energies, it might be easier to... Yeah, it's just 999 more phases to go. Yeah, nice. I can do that, I think. Hopefully. Good luck though. Thanks. Yeah, I don't know how many more phases there are, but we're about to find out on the next stream. So again, thanks everyone for watching. I'll be seeing you on the next stream, so take care everyone.